What's up, guys? So this is for the Yeezy 500 Utility Blacks, and I'm just gonna get right into it. Since my last video, which was a couple weeks ago, I managed to get Torpedo. Shout out to Notified Cook Group for this, because I won the raffle. So this is me running Torpedo, and they have a Gi test, which is like where you see right here, it'll move the puzzle piece into place so it knows that you're human. So the first attempt for this, it didn't work, even though it was supposed to be automatic. But then you'll see a second time it'll come up where it does work. And for most of this, the statuses said out of stock or in queue, or it gave me a 429 error. And when I looked, that means that I got rate limited on the tasks. Also, I'm not gonna hide it, I did make a mistake that I found out afterwards. I didn't put enough proxies for like the tasks. I had 400 plus tasks, and I think I only put 250 proxies, which was a bad move. But I found out afterwards, so that could have made a difference for that. Also, the dev said the initial mode wasn't working correctly and that the restock mode was working. And majority of mine was on the initial one. So that could have played a part also. Right here for the 429 errors, I stopped the task so I could start on them again. So this is the example of the Gi test again. This time, this is me not touching it. It's the puzzle piece goes into place, so it fits in. So this is the bot doing it, not me. And as it goes in, I think the status just says out of stock, and it's just retrying again. So by this time, I think it was all sold out. But it's just good to know at least that the bot's working and the pieces are going in. So after that, I didn't cop anything on the foot sites. And mostly it's all my fault, like as usual. So maybe you guys learned something from that. For Yeezy supply, I ran Soul. And as I was doing the tasks, I got a lot of errors for failed to load Yeezy supply. So this was me just stopping them and starting them again. So there's a lot of loading APIs, but pulling queue is when it's good because it's going through queue. So those statuses were good. Right here is where I caught on, and instead of just going to each one, I just pressed failed on the search thing so that all the failed ones will pop up. And even though I'm pressing stop for all of them, I could have just stopped it all through just the corner button that says stop all. But here there was nothing else I was doing, and it didn't occur to me. But that could be a faster way to just find all the errors. Over here, I got a separate window just to keep my options open to see if this is gonna go through for the queue. Then on the bottom right, you see that notification that one of the tasks passed splash, but it says failed to cart. But there's an option to open it up and see if you could do it manual. After picking the size, it says your session expires. And from my experience, it has to do with cookies. It didn't have enough cookies to trust me to get in there. And from my experience with Soul also, that there's a lot of tasks that pass splash that happens a lot too. So I don't know the explanation for it exactly, but I think it was for the cookies. Right here, there's another one that passed splash. And as I go in, I'm just clicking with the mouse because maybe I'm generating cookies while it's loading. And this is one of the few times that it did work. And that's when I got through. And I got a size, I think it was 6. Yeah, I got size 6 on this. Now at this point, this is the first time it happened to me, but I think it's maybe because it's a new version. But if you see on the bottom right, you start seeing a lot of tasks passing splash, and it was a lot. But the thing is, my computer froze, which is the first time for me. So I couldn't move Soul, and that's what I was trying to scroll up and down, but it wasn't working at all. So that what I ended up doing was I just closed it and then I just reopened it again. See, there's me minimizing it and trying to see if it goes back up, but it's not. And that's my V3 window you see on the top part. So I decided to close it and then just reopen it again. At this point, I noticed that the window that had up actually did pass Q, and it was me attempting to get good sizes on it, but a lot of the sizes were already taken. So that's why I decided to try to oh, right here's I was trying to get a size 7, and it was sold out at that point. But then I ended up getting a size 9.5 for this one. On the right, you start seeing a lot of notifications saying that I passed Splash, but it was like a crazy amount. But I noticed I wasn't checking out on anything, so I started opening it up to see what it looked like on the browser. And this is just an example of many of them. Every time I opened it up, it said I'm still in queue. So even though it's showing on the right side is going crazy, nothing's checking out. And every time I opened one up, it was saying I was still in queue. So I think that's a bug that's going on with the bot. It was my first time I saw that, so I was dealing with that. Go figure. Eventually, by looking at the window also, that it said it's sold out, so that was the end of the Yeezy supply. Later, I decided to run for Kith. My mistake for this was basically after Yeezy happened, the Yeezy supply, I went to sleep or took a little nap, and then came back right before the drop. And I put the links that were provided before, but I didn't notice 10 minutes before the drop, they changed the link, and it was the correct one. But I probably mass changed everything maybe a minute or two later, so it's already too late for that. So this is just the aftermath of it, of me trying to see if anything came through. But you could see from the statuses that it was out of stock. So yeah, in the end, I got 2 pairs, one size 6 and one size 9.5. I usually get it in my size 9.5, maybe because it's not as popular as everybody else's, but I'm not sure about keeping it as personal. The experience for this wasn't too bad. It kind of went quick. And yeah, hope you guys learned something, and don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.